And we are live. Assalamu alaikum. Halal and good day. This is Mainul going live in another episode of Road to Gold. I hope wherever you are tuning in from, you are having a very lovely day. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. If this is the first time you are watching me in the social media space, then please let me give some brief information about myself. I'm Mainul. I was born and raised in Bangladesh, where I'm currently located, but I have studied, lived, and worked in Germany and Australia as well. I'm a biologist by profession, husband, father of a baby girl, and a digital business mentor. So I help people learn how to use various social media platforms and be able to run flexible and doable online business from anywhere in the world. So again, Ramadan Kareem, we have ended the last 10 days of the Ramadan. I hope that you have had a blessed month so far. And inshallah, whatever your goals are, whatever dua that you're making, Allah accept those for you and for us as well. So as usual, I've got my two co-hosts, Brother Amin all the way from Sydney and Sister Fatima from Calgary, and we have got a distinguished guest, Sister Fauzi, also from Calgary. So without further ado, I now hand over to my co-host, Brother Amin. So Assalamu alaikum, brother. How are you doing?
Walaikum salam, alhamdulillah. Going good, brother. And assalamu alaikum to Sister Fatima and also our special guest, Sister Fauzia, today as well. So before we move on to our usual conversation, for those people who don't know me, my name is Amin, originally from Sri Lanka. It's been 12 years since we moved to Sydney, Australia. My wife Xenia and I are the ones who are running this online business. And we have two lovely kids. One is in their teens, the other one is already in university. So with that, I would like to kind of invite Sister Fatima to also introduce, and then we move on to Sister Fauzi. How are you, Sister Fatima?
I'm good, thank you. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you for joining us. So, for those who don't know me, I'm Fatma. I'm based out in Alberta, Canada. I've been here since 2009, and I came here for my studies and then just ended up staying here. I do have two kids, and I'm also working in a healthcare research company while running this business on the side. And today it so happens that our guest is also from my city, but I haven't met her. So this is the first time meeting her. So welcome, Sister Fauzia. Could you please introduce yourself and let us know what brought you to this business?
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Meno, Brother Amin, and Sister Fatima. My name is Fauzia. I live in Calgary, Canada with my husband and two lovely kids. My daughter, she's 10, and my son, he's 2 years old. And I am an accountant by profession and also a successful digital business owner. And I'm a full-time stay-at-home mom right now and doing this online business. The reason I started this online business, it was about 2 years ago. My daughter, she came up to me, she told me, Mom, you never have time for me, and you're always working. And looking back in my daughter's history, she was diagnosed with cancer when she was 4.5 years old. And it was just heartbreaking for me to be in that situation, having two jobs, working in a family restaurant during the day and then doing taxes in H&R Block during the evening. It was just heartbreaking. And that day, my world shattered again, realizing that, what she went through, I can't do this to her forever. I need to find another alternative, like a side hustle or something that I can do, at my own schedule and stuff like that. And at the same time, help my husband on the side with, finance and stuff. As you know, living in Canada or anywhere else in the world, it's very expensive these days. And having one source of income is not enough. So that's when I realized, and I kept searching and searching and searching. And finally, I saw an ad on Facebook. And this lady, she was talking about online business, and she's able to do it from her home and, being around her kids. And I got very curious. And I was like, you know what? Let me just, let's see how it is. And, they had the 90 minutes workshop, and I registered my name and email address. I got on and watched the 90 minutes life-changing webinar that everyone was sharing their life story, how they started this online business and where they are at right now. And it was something I'm like, this is something that I'm looking for. So definitely. And I didn't even question or anything. I went for the 30-day trial right away. and did my coaching call within a few days, and had my business started probably within a week or two. So
your story is a very touching one, sister. So obviously, so is your baby girl now cured, or she's still going through the treatment?
So right now she is considered cancer-free, 5 years cancer-free, Alhamdulillah, and I'm very thankful. And she was the reason that got me into this online business, got me to think differently, And Alhamdulillah, as you guys know, when you have a tragedy happening in your life, it's very hard. Life is hard. You're emotionally, mentally, financially, everything, you're struggling in any way. And knowing that when I came to this online business, it definitely changed my life. Everything changed. I had a mentor, I had a coach, and a whole community of entrepreneurs around the world that I could hear their story, and realizing that I'm not the only one who's struggling in life, and there's other people. And obviously, if you look for something, if you look deeply into it, you're definitely going to find that solution. And Alhamdulillah, I'm blessed. I'm thankful to Allah for giving me this opportunity. And I did struggle within the business. I started 2 years ago, but the first year I struggled a lot because of my daughter. I had to do homeschooling because COVID started right away, and I had no other choice. And I was working full time as well. And finally, after starting my online business, my husband and I were ready to have our second child, which was another blessing in our life. And we worked very hard. Alhamdulillah, within the first year of the business, we bought our first house before we were 30. That was our goal, and Alhamdulillah, we achieved those goals. And taking that 1 year off, it didn't change much, but I did grow. I did achieve many of my goals. But then I did come back to the business, and I started where I ended it. So I didn't have to do everything from scratch. So I just had to continue where I left off.
Yes, thank you very much. So, for very deep insights into your story, that's very inspiring. Hopefully, it will inspire our viewers. So, sister, while you are doing research about various online business, you said that you have been looking for quite some time. So, did you come across other business model, and why do you choose this business model? And as a newbie, how easy or how difficult was it for you to start a business? So, could you please enlighten our viewers? So
Uh,
first, Sister Fauzi, over to you, and then Brother Amin, Sister Fatima, maybe I could add something as well. So please proceed.
sure, no worries. Uh, I'm not a business background person. I never owned a business before. And because I finished schooling for accounting and then 2019, and then of course I couldn't find a job, but I was still working in a family run restaurant. And when COVID hit in, I couldn't find any other jobs except having the two jobs that I was working. And I did research in some other businesses, for example, financial advising, and there was a couple other ones. And every single one of them, I did go like training kind of thing for a week or two, and I just didn't like the model. I hate chasing family first. That was one of the biggest thing that I did not want to do, and I don't want to be the bad person all the time, right? And of course there was other like Amazon stuff like that. It was very expensive. The investment, you need a lot of investment, and with me struggling financially, I didn't have that opportunity. I didn't have that option. So, and when I came to this business, they said, there's no hold of inventory, there is no selling involved, there is no chasing family or friend, and there's a mentor and a coach provided and an automated system. And that's when I said, okay, yes, this is what I'm looking into, because I want time freedom. I want to be able to earn an income at the same time, put more attention on my daughter, because of course having a sick child is not easy. There's many side effects after chemo and stuff like that. So she does have many appointments throughout the year, and me working full time was an option for me. And if you work one day, 2 day, the next day they're like, sorry, you can't be here, like taking days off like that. So definitely this was one of the things that check marked all of the things that I needed to start an online business. And of course, the investment was so small. It was so small that anyone can start it.
Thank you, Sister Fazia, for that inspiring story. I think rather than talking about myself, Brother Minor, I'd like to draw a few things, attention on few things of what Sister Fazia said, right? So, every one of us have gone through different tests in our life. At that point in time, when Sister Fazia came across this situation while facing all that, she was determined to make sure that the family comes first. And what I've noticed is when a lot of people are very skeptic about an opportunity or business on the online space, Sister Fauziya, having seen that webinar, responding to an advertisement, seeing the webinar, she mentioned that she jumped in, right? And then she jumped into the 30-day free trial, and then she moved on from there. It goes to show when your why is stronger than your excuses, you will jump in, because a lot of people are wanting a change in their life, prosperity, a better life, some additional source of income, but people are very scared to take that next step. Here we are, our sister who's basically put everything aside. Her why was much bigger than all the skepticism, and she jumped in, right? Alhamdulillah. And we are very happy for Sister Fauziya, mashallah, for her situation right now. She's doing well in the business, and it is an inspiration for a lot of people who are still skeptic and sitting on the fence. And most importantly, our global community are supporting people who have never done a business, never forget about an online business, any kind of business. We are all novices. We are not like experts in doing an online business, but yet with a minimum and a smaller investment, you are able to start your journey and learn the online business setup from scratch, and then develop it over a period of time. So thank you so much for sharing that inspirational talk, Sister Fazia. Over to you, Sister Fatima.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'd like to add that that is very, a touching story, very inspiring, and I'm so glad that your daughter is doing better now, and mashallah, she's cured. That's good to hear. But I can understand, going through that and being, a mom, you want to be with your kid all the time, especially if they're sick, right? So I'm so glad that this opportunity came to you and you grabbed it, because a lot of us, like Brother Amin said, we see it and because there's so much on social media, like everything is online. So you see hundreds of people talking about, this and that, and then you just don't know what is real and what is not. And for me, why I chose this was because when I saw the ad about this business, the person whose ad I saw, she's also a mom. She's got 3 kids, and she's working in the public sector, and she was doing this on the side along with her job. And for me, I was looking for a way to be able to reduce my hours, because I've got 2 kids. My daughter's all grown up, but my son is little, so I feel I've lost so much time with her when I was studying and working. With him, I want to be more present before he grows up, and he's because my daughter is a teenager, so she's ready to, she's very independent on her own. But with him, I want to be there for him more. So that was my reason for looking for something. And because I could relate to her, I decided to check it out and say that if she's, if this is real. And like Sister Fauziya mentioned, we have our info session where we get a panel of people to come, and it's different people, they come and tell you their stories, and you can see that they're real, how that business has impacted their lives. And then it just makes you, you feel confident enough to go ahead and take the next step, which is a 30-day risk-free trial period, because you're not losing anything. You just come and check everything out. And with this business, because it's a complete package for anybody who doesn't have a business background, like none of us have a business background or any special technical skills, right? I've never done anything on social media except for maybe, post once in a while. And that was also, as life got busy, I even stopped doing that. So I would just scroll through my news feed and see what's happening, when you're sitting down in your free time. But I wasn't actually posting. I think, like, I started the business in 2021, and my last post on my personal page was 2018. So you can see, like, I wasn't active on social media, but you're still there, right? So when this ad came across and seeing that it's such a complete package and you get support, I think for me it was really important to have that support to be able to succeed. You get a mentor and a coach, and that was it. I was like, this is the one I want to do, because I will have no reason to not be able to do it if I have all the support, I have all the training, everything available to me. Over to you, Brother Manu.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you very much, sister, for your insights. Yes, this is a newbie friendly online business. Obviously, there are many things. So let me just draw attention to those. Sister Fauziya, I think she talked about financial advisor. So that's probably sort of service-based business. And then there is Amazon she mentioned, so which is sort of product-based business. But the problem with those is that when you have a service-based business or a product-based business, the problem is there's a lot of things that you need to integrate into your business just to launch it and keep it active. Okay, even if you have a service-based business, a lot of, let's say, in her case or in our a lot of people sell digital marketing courses. If you want to acquire clients, you have to be into the digital space, because that's where the people are. That's why all the big conventional businesses have moved to the digital space, because that's, as I said, our user behaviors are tracked. Social media stores those data, and all the businesses, whether Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Walmart, or the bigger businesses, or the local restaurants, or realtors, or home-based businesses, we use the same platform and the same database to run our business. So to get the sales, you have to do the marketing, and to do the marketing, you have to set up your business with various tools. In our business, the good part is, all the tools that is needed, we don't need to pay on a monthly or yearly subscription basis to various platforms, because these are all paid for us. Our website, which we call sort of a sales funnel, it's similar to a website which actually automates our business, and that's why we can do the business in our own terms during our own time, because the business runs in the background. But all these IT related works, all the tools that is needed to keep this business active and alive, these are paid, and these are maintained by our backend system, and that makes life really easier for people like us who might be professionals in different sectors. We are from four different special sectors, but none of us are from business. So that's the reason. The other one is the product related. You need to know, when you do a business, people talk about Amazon, but the point is what I'm going to sell in Amazon. That's where you need to do the research about what product is trending. And to understand that trending, often you have to purchase a tool, again, a software. Okay, you need to do a lot of analysis, what product I should sell, to understand the trend, what is profitable. Then you decide, okay, this is I'm going to sell. You need to now contact a supplier, and then again another research, which supplier out of 10, 20 I should choose, because they are all supplying the same product. And then they are going to ship it to you. You have to store it, you have to label it, you have to check the qualities, and then you send it to the warehouse, and from there. So and also often you need the licensing and bureaucracy, customs regulations, a lot of things you have to go through based on the products that you're going to sell. So it's a lot of work, and it is going to burn people out, and that's what is often not possible. That's why a lot of people do not succeed in those business models. We've got so many people coming from other business model, even with those Amazon sort of business model ideas or experience, they are switching to our business model, because it's sort of 90% done for them. Only 10% they do is marketing, and which they got trained for, and there is no active selling involved, so you don't necessarily talk about the products, rather the benefits of working in online space. So, and that's why a lot of people in this business have changed so many lives, and so many people, nearly 5,000 people are joining nowadays in our platform within a month. That's the last statistics. We have got now 150K, or just 1 month earlier we had sort of 150K. So it's nearly 5,000. That's how we are booming and growing. So Sister Fauzi, the next question is that you are now working in a huge global community. There is Muslims, there is non-Muslims, so and people probably from all parts of the world. So how do you find this community? How this community is actually helping you to in your business? Could you please have some comments on that?
I love the community. It's global. It's multicultural. Everyone comes and shares their story. And, the another benefit of this is you get to meet a lot of amazing people around the globe, and you get to see them and actually, one day you might even meet in person, right? That's one of the benefits of that. And it doesn't matter what race you are or what, gender you are. Everybody is together. Like, you do this business but not alone, with a whole community of people. For example, my coach, she's from Vietnam, and I love her. She's very supportive. She helps a lot. It doesn't matter whether you're, Muslim or non-Muslim. They don't care about that. They don't see that. They only see that as a business partner. So they help each other and they grow together. And it's amazing. Like, that's one of the best thing about this online business, is just the community. It's so huge that, they always share their story, their their journey, and their accomplishment, like things that they learned throughout this journey. They share with other people, like myself. If I'm a newbie, like, I get to learn from them, right? So every day we just learn new things, new skills. And the trainings are so simple that it's just video based, that they teach you step by step how to do it, right? You don't have to be tech savvy or anything like that. And that's one of the best amazing thing about this online business, is the community.
Thank you, Sister Fawzia. No doubt about it. We are growing like by the day. We have over 155,000 people from around the world. I think we lost Brother Mainul. He probably will join us soon. So you're quite right. I mean, our community is basically the biggest factor that a lot of people are joining. And some people might have, following us on our discussions, might have, hey, are there only Muslim people in this business? But quite rightly, as Sister Fawzia mentioned, we are multicultural, multi-religious background. It happens so we have a very large Muslim community also in our bigger global community. So we invite as much as we can to provide some insights. Sister Fawzi, I would like to ask a question as well. No, unlike yourself, there are a lot of people, a lot of ladies, a lot of gents who want to do a business but very skeptic, and then they still sit on the fence. For those kind of people who really want something done, but they're still worried, what's your personal message to them? How would you advise them to approach this whole thing if they are very skeptical about it?
It's normal. We're all human beings. Any opportunity that comes along the way, we always say, oh, what if it doesn't work for me? What if this happens to me? What if that happens to me, right? What if I lose my money, or what if that? But you always have to look at this way. What is your why? What's your biggest why? Why do you want to do something? For example, myself, my why was my daughter. It hit me that day when she said those words. And as an 8-year-old, she was saying words that I could not even believe that she would say. She's like, oh, if I already had cancer, I might as well get it again and leave, because you're a mom, you don't give me that time, right? And it's a guilt. And especially for us moms, and, like, our priority, our kids, right? Our family. And we always want to make that time. So if you're a mom, if you're struggling, then, just come check it out. Just watch the 90-minute webinar. Come for the 30 days trial. You're hearing us. I'm a real person. Sister Fatima's a real person. There's a whole community of ladies. They're supporting one another, right? So you're never alone. So if you need a mentor or a coach, this is a perfect opportunity. For example, as I said, that I went for on financial advising, I did all my research, and I just didn't like anything about it, because one, the top person will always get something, right? That's how they say MLM or pyramid scheme or stuff like that, right? And this one is not like it's not the rich quick scheme. So it's something that you have to work towards it. And if you have no background, like, business background, this is a perfect opportunity, because there's a mentor helping you step by step. like for example, I have mentees, like I have other business partners that they always need my help, and I give them full support. Or my coach, they always, help me, they always give me the support, and I'm never alone. So I never feel alone, even though as a, as I said, emotionally being affected in my journey, I actually got a lot of support from my mentors and other business partners, that they always came and shared their journey. And if I failed, they say, hey, you got to get up, right? So they always like help you out to succeed, and they want to make sure that you succeed. So there's other businesses that they leave you, they're like, okay, you came, you did your thing, okay, now you're on your own, right? But the support here, it's amazing. And as I said, everybody, like, it's multicultural, so it doesn't have to, you don't have to be a Muslim or any other race. You can just come in and start this online business, and you just have to know what is your biggest why. Is it your family? Is it your finance? Especially nowadays, ladies, they're like, I want to be independent, financially independent. I don't want to rely on my husband or other family members, right? So this is an opportunity. Like for example, myself, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I home with my 2-year-old boy, and I do this online business. It just takes 2-3 hours of my day, and I just do it around her. And I, at the same time, I take care of my kids, and the whole entire house and stuff like that. So it's very flexible. So if you're looking for something like this, I recommend you come and check it out and see it for yourself. Come and see the income, how much people are making, who are in the community, meet all the business partners, and then decide for yourself.
Yeah, thank you. And you mentioned a nice, I mean, the last sentence, come and check out the income. I think Brother Minul will tell us more about that, because we have this special program where we invite those people who are really, really interested. We want to give them a preview of how our community looks like, how our business owners are achieving their goals and dreams, and how are they earning income. So I'll leave that part to Brother Minul. Thank you so much for your time today, Sister Fauzia. Very inspirational stories. I hope, inshallah, your story will inspire a lot of ladies out there as well. Before we close the session, I will move on to Sister Fatima, and then Brother Minor will close the session for us today. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to us today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, thank you, everyone. If you have any doubts still, I would say come and talk to us. We are here in front of the, sitting here in front of you guys, just so that you can see that you can approach us. We are here to help answer any questions. We are here to educate about this opportunity, because it has brought a change in our lives, and we are promoting it to say, okay, this could be something that you might be looking for. So don't hesitate to reach out to us, and whenever you're ready, all you need is your email address to get started, and Brother Manuel will share the link on how to go about that.
Thank you very much, Sister Fauzia, for your time, Sister Fatima as well. It's very late over there, Brother Amin, again, for your time as well. So I'm now going to close the session, folks. I hope that Sister Fauzia's story inspired you, like we're trying to bring somebody new in each episode, so that you know what an online business looks like, and just an insight, because often people just think about this, just type Google how to start an online business, but often people don't understand how much work is involved, what is the tools that is involved. But you being a amateur person without any experience, you can do it, because when you have a very, very supportive team, when you have a system in place, and that's what we have a system in place. It's a plug and play system. You just come in here, you don't have to invent anything yourself. And the business runs for you 24/7, 365, even during the holidays, even during our Eid, even during the Christmas holidays. It runs for you. A dedicated team is working for you all throughout the year, and doesn't matter where in the world you're living. I started this from when I was in Australia. Then now I'm living for a time for the time being in Bangladesh. I'm being able to run from here. When I go back, inshallah, later this year to Australia again, I would be again able to, inshallah, run it from there. So it doesn't matter where you are, and that's the beauty of this business. So if you want change in your life, you do have to take action. You cannot just procrastinate year after year, because that's where you're going to be year after year if you don't take action. The first step that you have to take in this business, and that's how we started, is what's the free webinar. There are 4 different links. You can register in any of those with your name and email. We hold the live webinars at 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you can't join the live one, you can watch the replay during your own time. After watching the webinar, you can do your due diligence, you can do your research. You can also get access to our VIP private Facebook group where other successful digital entrepreneurs are hanging out. You're going to see their income, a lot more information about the business. So after doing research on our internal Facebook group for a limited time, watching the webinar, maybe more than one episode or whatever, how many episodes you want to see. And then if you think this is something for you, we'll be more than happy to help. So that's what I'm going to leave for today. I believe that this is probably going to be our last episode before the Eid al-Fitr. Maybe the next weekend we are going to have Eid at least some part of the world. I think that's what probably in next Sunday, probably at least North America probably going to have Eid, not if not here in South Asia. So I wish you in advance Eid Mubarak. Have a good time, and we'll hopefully meet again after the Eid al-Fitr. Okay, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Thank you, brother.